Okay, good evening everybody. Alright, today we are going to start off with Science Form 1 and it will be Chapter 4, Reproduction. Alright, let's start. Okay, so we just write it down first. Okay, so what is the function of reproduction? First of all, the chapter is on reproduction. So what is it about? Okay, reproduction is to ensure the survival of the species. Okay, without reproduction, you and I won't be here today, right? So let's begin. All right. So reproduction, you need to know that it is divided into two types. Okay, we have two types of reproduction. One is sexual. So we have sexual reproduction, I'm sure you are familiar with that, and we have asexual reproduction. Alright? Okay, for sexual reproduction, we need to remember something very important here. Sexual reproduction, there are two types of sexual reproduction. The first one is internal. Alright, and the second one is external. Okay, for internal reproduction, internal sexual reproduction, it can be carried out by mammals. You remember mammals from the earlier chapter, chapter 2? Alright, so mammals, reptiles, and birds. Alright, so mammals including us, humans, okay, reptiles, crocodiles, all that, and birds like peacocks and chickens. Alright, so they carry out internal reproduction, sexual reproduction. Okay, for external will be fish and amphibians. For amphibians, examples will be frogs, toads, and salamanders. Alright, fish or fishes. Alright, so that's for sexual reproduction. We'll leave it for this. And we'll go to asexual reproduction today, which will be the highlight of the lesson because most of the thing today will be about asexual reproduction. Alright, so let's start. Now there are 6 types of asexual reproduction. It can be divided into 6 groups. We got conjugation. Alright, we got binary fission, we have budding, we have spore formation, and finally, there are 2 more, and the next one will be regeneration, and finally we'll have vegetative reproduction. Alright. Okay, so in exam, this is already something that they can test you. Sexual and asexual reproduction. The types of sexual reproduction can be either internal, where the gametes will be inside of the body, and external, where the gametes will be outside of the body. The fertilization process will happen outside the body, the fertilization process will happen inside the body. Okay. Alright. For asexual reproduction, for conjugation, you need to remember the examples. Right? So for the examples, for conjugation will be, it can be bacterial, Now, for bacteria carrying out conjugation, it will look something like this. There will be two microorganisms like this, two bacteria like this, but you can see there is like a bridge in the middle. So, although this involves two, but it is still considered under asexual reproduction, which means it's carried out by, it's supposed to be carried out by one organism. Whereas sexual reproduction will be carried out by two organisms. Now, although conjugation is considered asexual reproduction, it is involving two microorganisms, but they do not exchange gametes. They are not involving gametes, they are only exchanging genetic materials. Alright, so it's still under asexual reproduction. Second one will be binary fission. Okay, for binary fission, it also can be bacteria. For binary fission, the diagram will look something like this. You have one microorganism, one bacteria, then it undergoes a process called mitosis, and then it forms two separate organisms like this. Alright? Okay, third one is budding. Now, for budding, you have yeast and also jellyfish. Alright, so it will look something like this. There will be one, and then it will bud off, smaller and smaller. So these are the buds of the parent plant or the parent organism. Alright, the next one is spore formation. Now, spore formation is carried out by fungi. An example of fungi will be mushroom. Alright, and it will look something like this. Now, what will happen is inside of this there are spores, and when it's ready to reproduce, it will explode and disperse the spores, which will then become new organisms. Okay, it will be dispersed and then new organisms are found. Okay, this is under spore formation. Second last one is regeneration, and the most common one is starfish. Alright, now you will have a starfish not like that. Instead, it's more like SpongeBob and his friend. Yeah. Okay, so you have a starfish. Hold on. Okay, let's say you were to cut off one part of it. Alright? Now that part can be grown back, and the part that you cut off can become a new organism, can be another starfish. Alright? And finally, the last one is under vegetative reproduction. Now, for vegetative reproduction, it is quite complicated a bit, because under vegetative reproduction, we will have to divide it into another 5 groups. There are 5 types of vegetative reproduction. Alright, so the first one I will give you will be bulb. Okay, for bulb, example will be onions. Okay, so if it's an onion, it reproduces through bulbs. Alright, second one is rhizomes. Now, for rhizomes, examples will be ginger. Okay, gingers reproduce through rhizomes, which is under vegetative reproduction. And then the third one will be runners. Okay? And the example of runners will be grass and even strawberries. Alright? The next will be leaves. Okay, that means new plants grow on the leaf itself, on a leaf. New baby plants will grow on those leaves. And the example will be bryophylla. And the last one will be tubers, right? Now, for tubers, the example will be those like carrots and potatoes. Alright? So, there are 5 types of vegetable reproduction. We have bulb, rhizomes, runners, leaves, and tubers. Alright, these are the examples. You have to memorize the examples because that is how they test you on it. Alright, so this is the lesson. Hope you understand. Thank you. Bye.